Not every quiet moment is empty. Some silences are where the biggest storms begin. In a world that shouts for attention, there's a woman who moves gently like a whisper, but carries the force of thunder. She doesn't need to prove her worth. It's been shaped by loneliness, stillness, and the trials she's faced. She is the Sigma woman, not controlled by social ladders, not desperate for praise, and never shaken by what others expect. She is her own world. She isn't made to lead the crowd or to follow it, she simply walks beyond it. And if you ever reach her guarded heart, what awakens isn't weakness. It's the soul of a quiet warrior wrapped in calm strength. Welcome to time-tested advice, where ancient philosophy meets the modern world. I'm your host, ALFRED. Let's get started. Today isn't about praising her. It's about understanding how she's built, why her heart is noble, but her spirit is fierce. This isn't just a video, it's a rite of passage. If you came for cliches, this space might not be for you. But if you're ready to see clearly, then welcome home. Subscribe to time-tested advice if you haven't already. If you want to support the channel beyond that, do check the link in the description and buy me a coffee. This isn't just a channel, it's a space for rare souls. The Velvet Blade, gentle but unforgettable. The Sigma woman doesn't gain power by being loud. She doesn't push her way forward or try to dominate. Her power comes through stillness. She is like velvet, soft to the eye, but with hidden sharpness. She doesn't need to raise her voice to be respected. Her presence is felt without effort. It shifts the air when she walks in. That's not charm, that's owning her energy. She's seen too much to pretend. Her worth is not a debate. And when she speaks, she means every word. You won't find her caught up in gossip or drama. But if someone crosses her, if they test her boundaries, they'll feel a sharp cut, calm, clean, and completely unexpected. Her kindness has limits. Her boundaries aren't made of stone. They're like glass, beautiful, clear, but if you shatter them, the pieces will cut deep. She protects her space, not for pride, but to survive. The world often misjudges quiet people. Some think her silence means she agrees. Some think her tolerance means she's okay with it. But the Velvet Blade reminds us, being kind doesn't mean you say yes. Being quiet doesn't mean you're weak. And cutting someone off doesn't mean you're heartless. It means you finally chose yourself. When she's hurt, she doesn't explode. She pulls back. Her silence isn't weakness, it's getting ready. She doesn't need to perform her pain, she just disappears emotionally. And if she returns, it's as someone stronger, with clearer standards and sharper focus. She doesn't need validation, she needs her peace. In love, the Velvet Blade shows up with her whole heart, but not blindly. She will support and love you deeply, but she won't drain herself to keep you comfortable. Her love is deep, but her soul remembers the price of losing herself. If you push her too far, she won't argue. She'll simply vanish. No scenes, just distance. And that silence will echo louder than any words. Some call her cold, but she isn't acting from anger. She acts from wisdom. She picks her battles. She's not icy, she's controlled, not passive, just accurate. When she walks away, it's not fear, it's growth. She doesn't cut to hurt, she cuts to protect. Every edge she carries was shaped in the hard times, in lonely nights when she had to rebuild herself from the ground up. She didn't get strong to break others. She became strong to stay whole in a world that wanted to split her apart. If you've ever felt too soft to survive, but too sharp to be stepped on, you are the Velvet Blade. Royal blood, rebel bones. She bows to no one. To understand the Sigma woman is to understand a deep balance, a mix of dignity and rebellion. She doesn't wear a crown, she is the crown. Yet she moves through life like she owes no one anything. She doesn't need a throne or followers to prove her worth. She holds quiet confidence, firm, clear, and powerful. But beneath her calm is a fire passed down from women who came before her. Women who gave too much, stayed too long, and broke in silence. She carries their strength and their unfinished rebellion. She didn't wait for someone to name her valuable, she knew it already. Her worth isn't built in office meetings or romantic attention. It's in how she walks, grounded and unbothered. That isn't arrogance, it's self-awareness. She isn't trying to be worthy. She knows she already is. Her presence doesn't yell, "Notice me." It quietly says, "I notice everything." Inside her is a rebellion that isn't loud, it's firm. She won't beg for love. She won't settle for half-hearted spaces. Her quiet resistance to smallness is power. In a world that tells women to shrink, she stands tall. People often feel uneasy around her because she doesn't play by the usual rules. She doesn't need praise to keep going. She's not building a brand, she's building meaning. Her power doesn't come from applause, it comes from living in truth. She doesn't need fame. She wants to be real, and that scares people more. Even when she's hurting, she holds her head high. Even when people doubt her, she stays grounded. You won't see her begging to be loved. You won't see her using pain for pity. She takes her healing deep inside. And when she returns, it's not with noise, it's with more strength. She grows in solitude. That's where she becomes her truest self. Where others feel empty, she feels free. If anyone tries to control her, they soon learn. She cannot be led unless it's toward truth. Her calm nature might seem easy to control, but don't be fooled. Still, waters are deep, and they can drown you if you underestimate them. She doesn't argue her limits, she enforces them. She doesn't fight back, she rises beyond. If this message speaks to something inside you, if it reminds you of who you are deep down, click subscribe and tap the bell. And if you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee from the link down below. This space is for people like you, ready to grow, heal, and stand strong. Let's begin. Yes, she's noble, but she isn't perfect. She doubts, she fears, she makes mistakes. But she doesn't stay there. Her self-respect won't let her. What makes her rare is not being flawless. It's refusing to stay broken. If something makes her feel small too often, she'll walk away, quietly, clearly, and without looking back. Her love is deep, but it's not to be taken lightly. If you misuse it, she won't lash out, she'll disappear. And the space she leaves will teach you more than any words ever could. She lifts others just by being herself. But if you take that light for granted, she will take it away. Even from you. Royalty isn't about ruling over others, it's about ruling yourself. And she bows to no one because she's already bowed to her own becoming. She knows what it cost to become free, and she won't give that freedom up, not for love, not for comfort, not for anyone. If you carry quiet dignity and a wild spirit, you are one of her. The storm dancer. She moves with chaos, not against it. The Sigma woman isn't afraid of storms. She becomes part of them, but not in a reckless way. She doesn't fight the wind. She dances with it. She listens to the signs, feels the pressure, and finds her steps even when everything around her is falling apart. That's why she survives things that break others, not because she doesn't feel pain, but because she knows how to change with it. She can find peace in the middle of panic. She can take heartbreak and make it mean something. This is her strength, not hiding from pain, but learning from it. She doesn't turn suffering into gold for show. She turns it into wisdom for herself. And that wisdom isn't loud. It's something sacred she carries within. She isn't scared of life's storms because she's faced worse inside herself. She's had deep thoughts, quiet struggles, and moments of truth no one else saw. She's looked in the mirror and didn't look away. She used the thunder as rhythm and the rain to cleanse her soul. Her strength isn't stiff, it flows. When life shifts, she doesn't resist, she learns. That's why her emotional strength is so high. She doesn't just feel, she understands why. Even when words fail, her body remembers. She doesn't run from breakdowns, she walks into them. Because that's often where the next version of her is waiting. She doesn't fear endings, she respects them. She's not addicted to pain, but she is devoted to truth. And truth isn't always pretty, it's real. She would rather feel the raw and honest version of life than live in fake comfort. While others pretend everything is okay, she faces what's real, even when it hurts. Her life has probably been full of loss, pain, and hard lessons. But instead of building walls, she built wisdom. When the next storm comes, she's not thrown off. She sees it. She learns from it. She doesn't force herself to stay where she no longer belongs. She leaves, not with anger, but with certainty. Her storm dancing isn't about loving chaos. It's about knowing that truth often rises from the mess. That fake peace is more dangerous than real conflict. That growth requires discomfort. When others panic, she becomes calm, not because she's cold, but because she's trained for it. Life has tested her again and again. And now, when the winds rise, she listens. She knows when to wait, when to act, when to leave, and when to start fresh. Shadow sister, holding the light and the dark together. The Sigma female isn't just light. She is also shadow, and that's what makes her whole. She doesn't run from the darker parts of herself. She sits with them, learns from them, even lets them speak when needed. While others are busy pretending to be perfect, she embraces her flaws. Not proudly, but honestly. She knows her insecurities, her regrets, her past mistakes, and instead of hiding them, she studies them. She's not afraid to admit she's been jealous, angry, insecure, even bitter, because she knows those emotions don't make her weak, they make her real. And when you're real, you're powerful. She doesn't dress up her pain in positivity. She doesn't sugarcoat her truth. But she also doesn't stay stuck in suffering. She feels fully. Then she shifts. She learns. She transforms. That's what makes her strong, not her smile, but her ability to walk through emotional fire and come out more honest, not more hardened. She understands that being good doesn't mean being perfect, and being powerful doesn't mean being untouched by doubt. She's the kind of woman who can cry in the morning and speak truth like fire by noon. She feels deeply, but she doesn't drown. That's her magic. She can sit with someone else's grief and not try to fix it. She can witness pain without needing to control it, because she has done that for herself again and again. The Sigma woman has faced the part of herself that wanted to be liked at any cost, and gently told her, "We're not doing that anymore." She's held her own hand in moments of shame, failure, and fear, and said, "We're still worthy." That's what makes her a mirror for others. Not just a light, but a space where people feel seen in their mess, not just their shine. If you've ever held your own broken pieces and still managed to stand, if you've ever looked at your shadow and said, "I accept you too," then you already carry the same strength. You are the light that's walked through darkness and chose to stay kind. Soft leadership. Leading without needing to be followed. The Sigma woman is a leader, but not in the way the world usually defines it. She doesn't need a title, a team, or applause to lead. She leads by example, by energy, by quiet presence. While others speak to be heard, she moves in a way that makes people want to listen. Her power doesn't shout, it radiates. And the truth is, she doesn't care about being in charge. She cares about being in truth. That's the difference. She doesn't need control to feel safe. She doesn't need followers to feel valid. She just needs alignment. That's how she moves, guided by something deeper than ambition, integrity. And because of that, people naturally trust her. They sense she isn't performing. She isn't chasing clout. She isn't here to impress. She's here to embody what most people only preach. In her presence, people feel steadier. Not because she tells them what to do, but because her calm gives others permission to return to themselves. That's real leadership. And it's rare. She mentors without trying. She inspires without pushing. She uplifts without making it about her. She builds spaces where people feel safe to grow, question, and be imperfect. And when things fall apart, because they always do, she doesn't panic. She regroups. She rethinks. She doesn't fall apart at criticism or crumble at resistance. She listens. She adapts. She leads again, but never at the cost of her values. She would rather lose the spotlight than lose her soul. This isn't about making pain beautiful. It's about transformation, the kind women go through when they refuse to stay stuck in pain. The Sigma woman isn't just strong, she's wise. She doesn't live as a victim. She rises as her own guide. If you've ever been called too much, too intense, too emotional, know this, you weren't too much. They just weren't ready for someone who finds rhythm in the storm and strength in the rain. If these words touched your heart, comment below. Noble at heart. Thanks for watching till the end. Your support truly means the world to me. Together, we will forge a path of nothing but peace and happiness. This has been your host, Alfred. I'll see you in the next one. Same time tomorrow. Until next time.